Good morning, everyone. So I've got Nick and Lou from the Garage Mahal back, and we're going to show some cool cars. Lou, you're
We
kind of
got a special guest just showed up.
okay.
This is a live car show, and a live partner showed up. All right, look at this.
So what do we got here? All right, social distancing.
19 social distancing, correct. We have this young gentleman here who has a 1951 Mercury. See if I get back far enough that you can see this whole car.
There you go.
How's that look?
That looks good. I think. In fact, what I'm going to do is just switch to yours.
You gotta tell them
Okay.
that you found the car.
There we
We'll
go.
tell them the story. We'll tell the story.
Very
Who
cool.
do you know this story? This is Jeff's car. This is Jeff's car. You know this story on this guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, we found this car. Now, this is Jack and Joan. And this is Jack's second 51 Merc. Is that right, Jack?
I had a convertible before.
He had a convertible before, and he was looking for another 51. And because it looks good, Jack. And you know what else looks good? Your hair looks good.
Yeah.
And your hair.
Need a haircut.
I'm going to take this off, and I'm going to see if we can hear Jack talking. Jack, let's hear you talk. Can you talk?
Yeah. Sure.
All right.
Yeah.
All
Somewhat
right.
faint.
So I'm going to put you on here. Tell us a little bit about the car, yourself.
Well, I don't know whether you know the story or not, but how it goes is back in the early 60s, I had a 51 Mercury convertible. And it looked very similar to this, and it was black. It had a white top, and the inside was done in black and white. The nose was decked, the engine was changed. I had an overhead engine into it, a 55 engine, Mercury 55 overhead, because they went from 53 into 54 with an overhead. And when they got it all perfected, I put a 55 Merc in the convertible, and it really went well. The only problem I had was a clutch, and we had to go hydraulic with that. So I've been looking for another convertible. They're not around. If they are around, they're out in the West Coast, and if they want quite a bit of money for them now. And by the time you get somebody to analyze the car, and by the time you ship it in and everything, you're buried in price. So Dr. Lou was at a car show, and he seen this car, and he took the number, and I immediately called the guy. And he wasn't home yet because he was leaving from the show and going home. So when he got home, he contacted me back, and I told him I was interested in his car. And what happened was that we got together on the price. Then I had a little accident, and he held on to it. Real nice guy. He had 35 cars, by the way. They varied from Ferraris down to Chevys and 49 Mercs, and he had this 51. And he wanted to slim down on the amount of cars that he had because he had just bought a Ford GT. What was it?
It was the GT40, Ford
yeah.
GT. He had a GT40, and he bought a 06 GT40, and he bought a new GT.
$536,000.
Wow.
I can believe it.
Oops, sorry.
Oh, if that's for me, I just left.
You know, I could understand why he was slimming down on the other cars because he had to pay for this one. But I don't think that was a problem with him. He had quite a bit of. He built Wawas. So anyhow, and by the way, somebody told me that the Wawas do not own the property. He probably owns it, or some investor owns it. He built them, so they rent all the properties from what I can understand, but don't take that and chisel it down in stone. But anyhow, this is a fun car. Wherever we take it, we get notice. It's got a 350 Chevy in it with a turbo 3-speed automatic trans. It has the electric doors. It has the Lakers on it. It has the lights underneath that light up at night.
Neon lights underneath, yeah.
And
Nice.
it has a Chevy grill.
French headlights.
No, they aren't French.
That's not the way they are. They look like the recessed a little bit.
They're painted, but the back has been altered, and I think they're Cadillac tail lights in it.
Wow.
I don't know.
Those are definitely Frenched in, though. Love it.
If Lou would go to the back, maybe he could get a picture of the.
I think we're getting the back.
Yeah, we've got the back cam. Nick's doing it.
Here, we're doing both.
Right.
Let me see. We got front and back.
Oh, I'll put the front end back on.
Yeah.
There we go.
We get to see the whole thing, so
yeah,
we get both of them.
Yeah, it needs some work, and when the weather gets nicer, I'll get a little bit more ambition on doing it. But we take it for a ride every nice Sunday that we get, and when we go down the street, we get a lot of thumbs up. The interior is out of a Cadillac. It's leather and electric seats. It has power steering, air conditioning, power brakes,
tilt wheel,
and directionals. And let's see, what else? The trunk is done over, but it does need some touch up on the paint, and it needs some tender loving care, and it'll get it. And we started already, and when you see it going down the road, it really makes me feel good when people wave and give us thumbs up.
That's awesome.
And if anybody out there has a set of windshield wipers, that's the only thing we've been looking for, right, Jack?
Yeah. Show cars, they put if you take notice, they got a chrome knob on where the windshield wipers are. Originally, they were vacuum, and they must have disconnected that when they put the engine in. And for me to put wipers back onto it, it's only going to come out. It isn't coming out in the rain, so.
So that's why they have Rain-X.
There you go.
Until you're done.
So Robert Henusett that is out there, buddy of mine, he said he thought that was very cool. He hasn't seen lake pipes in a long time. So now, do you have those? Are those for show, or do you have those connected?
Yeah, these are for show. But
okay.
Years ago, when I started in the repair business, and I was a welder, and then later on went on to have a large parts store. I used to hook up to Lakers and different things, and also we used to put Hurst shifters in, and we put some money in, we became a dealer, and that was interesting. A guy would bring a car in, I could have a Hurst shifter in about an hour and a half, all done, and away he would go. Whether it was a Ford, Chevy, or what, we knew what to do and did it right away.
So that was taking a stock 3 on the tree, and putting it to a Hurst floor shift.
Correct.
Nice.
Yeah, a lot of the like the 51 Mercury had a tube in it, and the tubes used to go bad, and the shifter used to hang up, and it also would get it caught in gear and different things. So when you put the Hurst shifter into it, that eliminated a lot of the problems, and that's what I did with 51. I forgot to add that on. The 51 convertible had a lot of odds and ends that I sold it over, 40 years ago. It's a long time.
Yeah.
But they were fun cars, and I just wanted to get a 51 Merc, And I really appreciate Lou finding this one for me, and I'm enjoying it. And that's my make me feel better car.
Yeah, good for
Yep.
you.
And thanks to Jeff for holding on to it. Too.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
he could have sold it easily, and
Yeah,
he's a good guy, and he held on to it till Jack was ready to pick it up.
That was nice of him.
Yeah.
Maybe
Yeah.
I'm hoping someday he'll trust me enough that I can come over there. He didn't want he doesn't let too many people in, so you guys are a lucky pair that got in there.
We're lucky we got in to see some of those beautiful cars.
Oh boy, I'll tell you.
I'm going to move a little bit, Jack. I want to get this side in the sun so that people can see what it looks like. I don't know if I know Nick's doing the interiors on it, so
yeah, he's holding. I've been switching back and forth so people get a good perspective.
But I like the wheels on this thing. You notice the
smoothies.
Oh yeah, that's a good story too. So Nick and I went up to pick up the car, and Nick drove it back from when Jack bought it.
Oh wow!
And yeah, and so when we got it back, Nick says, you know, the turn signal stopped working. And subsequently, after checking everything out, not only the turn signals weren't working, but the brake lights weren't working.
Ooh.
So doing some research on it, there's the fender skirts, they look cool. Doing some research on it underneath, I take a look, and when they did the column, they had all the connectors that were originally hanging on top of the column had somehow slipped down, and the tip of Nick's shoe had just disconnected one of the wires that controlled the turn signals in it. And Jack had Bruce over, and you know Bruce because he had the Studebaker that you featured.
Oh right.
And Bruce came over and he looked at it and checked the fuses and checked everything, and he couldn't figure it out.
The unintended bonehead maneuver.
I know it was the tip of the shoe happened to just hit that one connector and just pull it out. So I put it back around, and actually today I'm going to go underneath there, and I brought some heavy duty plastic ties, and I want to make sure it stays on top.
I can't help it, guys. I have a size 13 triple E foot. What do you want me to say?
No.
Also, I forgot to mention that the doors are electric and the seats are power seats inside.
Very nice. That is a nice sled.
So that was our surprise guest today on the Guys with Rides.
Thank you.
Yeah. So let me just, you can always add it on if you wanted to do later on.
There it is. I've got it. It's showing.
Okay. So yes, it's got dual cooling fans.
Wow.
The brass top radiator. I don't know if you got enough sunlight. You can see it.
Yep, you can see it.
And see, I don't know. See, it's got a vintage air unit for air conditioning.
Nice.
And Edelbrock. It's got a little Edelbrock breather on top of it.
I was just going to comment on that. That's even cool.
I've never seen that.
Wow.
And it's on the front of it's got chrome pulleys on the front of the engine block. Chrome water pump too.
Wow.
Yep. And look at the that's
electric fuel pump in the rear.
Yeah, it's electric fuel pump in the rear, and it's got it's got a fuel filter here, right up there mounted. It's just a clean, and there's a pressure gauge too that tells you what the fuel pressure is going in.
Nice.
So many pounds. There's your alternators chromed out. The dipstick. You know, it's just a neat looking engine compartment. But look at the radiator cap. Let me just zone in on that a little bit. I haven't seen one of those. I haven't seen a knurled knob.
Yeah, I was going to say that. Yes, somebody's a machinist.
Yeah, right. You got the hoses hidden, chrome top, flexible tubing into the water pump house. The thermostat housing is chromed out too.
Yeah. Thanks again for watching, and check out Guys with Rides this week. Got a couple cool cars that are in our reserved parking section, and very, very excited to have several new additions on it as it gains more popularity and people want to list their car for free on it. So thanks again and have a great week. Talk to you soon.